Here, in the city of San Francisco, the city by the bay, amongst hills and hippies, the wall is named Ellis and Taylor. It is right here, between 4 street corners, a divider resides here, a society divides here. It is right here, where 2 separate but not equal worlds collide here. It is right here, on the right side here, where the rich and ritzy recite there, memorize mumblings of numbers upon numbers, of dollar bills, y'all, dollar bills, y'all, but across the walls, y'all, it is not men and women run by dollars, but rather in the world's eyes, it's a pound of loose collars, dogs running wild in an anything but mild, savage, watering hole. Thank God for the wall at Ellis and Taylor. It is right here, on the right side here, where no one of prestige ever knows what goes on. There are faceless lines of hundreds of homeless men and women, starving, naked, unattended children. Every other day, another soup kitchen if you're lucky to get in line before you die of starvation. It is right here, where no one of status wants to stare too long at the nameless there that have nowhere to belong. So instead, belong in a bed made of boxes and garments sewed together from the sewer, because everyone knows they don't deserve any better. It is over there, right across the street, just a few steps over, but just too far out of reach, where people are poor there. That is, if those things over there are even really people. And all that divides is a street 10 feet wide. That and a completely different frame of mind. More than half of the city doesn't know that side exists. Choose to stay in worlds of bliss to the reality of this. They persist in believing that the sale Saks is having is the biggest news here. Not their needy neighbors, victims of drug abuse there. Not the square block they share, or the families in famine there. And like many of us here, completely ignorant to any other walls there. Because to be fair, the biggest walls are not built there. We don't realize that right here, within all of us, is an Ellis and Taylor. Inside of us is a wall of ignorance that we've put up so we can drown in our negligence, to block out worlds that make us uncomfortable, to blind ourselves from what we deem unacceptable, to save ourselves from worlds we've been told are sinful. With minds more narrow than that small city street, our hearts so closed they lose their beat. Every time we're too scared and we have fear to cross on over onto the other side of Taylor Street. It is not on Ellis and Taylor that the tallest walls resides, but it is right here, within our own prides and our innermost fears. A divider resides here. A society divides here. It is right here where 2 separate but not equal worlds collide here, and the greatest walls are built here. Walls between races, walls between classes, walls between gangs and other forms of being terrorists, walls between mothers and children, walls between the fatherless, walls between orphans, walls between immigrants, and let's face it, immigrants who just came a few hundred years later. Walls between laws of the past and the future. Walls between homosexuals and straights. Walls between churches. Walls between religions. Walls between the rich and the poor. Right here is the greatest wall that divides us from our neighbors next door. The other side of the sidewalk that we choose to ignore. See, the world is filled with Ellis and Taylors. So turn around and walk away, or come tear down the walls here.